Vladimir Putin hasn't had the best year, to say the least, and it's possible that 2023 is going to get a whole lot worse. For the last decade that Vladimir Putin has been the head of Russia's government, he's had something of a year-end tradition. It's not an act of goodwill like commuting prison sentences or volunteering in a soup kitchen, as some other government leaders might do around the holidays. Instead, Putin likes to spend hours in a marathon press conference sparring with journalists over matters big and small. For the Russian leader, this year-end press conference was meant to act as proof that he was being held accountable for his governance. The yearly news conference is a significant strategy in the Kremlin's toolbox in their attempt to put Putin's image in a positive light among the Russian public, but not everyone buys it. As the UK Ministry of Defense recently posted on Twitter, the press conference has become a significant fixture in Putin's calendar of public engagement and has frequently been used as an opportunity to demonstrate the supposed integrity of Putin. However, Putin disrupted his tradition in 2022, abruptly canceling the yearly press conference. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov didn't offer a reason for the cancellation, leaving room for plenty of speculation as to why the president wouldn't make himself available to journalists. Many in the foreign policy establishment have suggested that Putin canceled his year-end news conference because he didn't want to face questions on Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Although Putin has presented the operation as having little to do with the average Russian and insists that the country is operating as usual, reality suggests otherwise. So far, thousands of Russian troops have been killed in the war, while the military's attempt to enlist hundreds of thousands more has been abysmal, leading to thousands of men fleeing the country to avoid conscription. But more generally, critics say Putin has few answers to the feeling of stagnation in the country.
Putin doesn't want to go out and spend hours before journalists, even state media, and risk getting asked difficult and embarrassing questions.
For others, however, Putin's cancellation is fueling even more intense speculation over his health. Putin, who turned 70 in November, is reportedly in poor health. In recent years, Putin has been rumored to be suffering from cancer, Parkinson's disease, dementia, and paranoia. Ukraine's head of military intelligence, Major General Kirylo Budanov, told Sky News in May 2022 that Putin was suffering from cancer and other health issues. In April 2022, Newsweek reported that close observers of Putin have speculated that he is suffering from Parkinson's disease after he was seen strangely sinking in his chair and gripping a table. And the Daily Mail has reported that Putin has been rarely seen without doctors who specialize in thyroid cancer and neurology. Of course, the Kremlin has denied that Putin has undergone any cancer surgery. Those who watch Putin carefully say he doesn't look the same as he did even a year ago. They point to a change in his face and neck, which appear to have become bloated, to suggest extended use of steroids to combat an illness, perhaps cancer. And then there was the spectacle of the 20-foot-long table separating Putin and French President Emmanuel Macron in February 2022. Which fueled speculation that he was extremely fearful of contracting COVID-19 due to a potential health condition. He did the same during a meeting with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. For nearly a year, the Kremlin has been working overtime to deny any and all reports regarding Putin's supposed ill health. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said during a press briefing in July 2022, "Everything is fine with his health. You know that Ukrainian information specialists and American and British ones have been throwing out various fakes about the state of the president's health in recent months. These are nothing but fakes." At least officially, British and American officials agree with the Kremlin. Richard Moore, the head of MI6, has said that there is no evidence that Putin is suffering from serious illness, while William J. Burns, director of the CIA, says,
"As far as we can tell, he's entirely too healthy."